when Kawhi Leonard got hurt during the Team USA scrimmage for the Olympics, and he was going to be hurt to start out the year, a lot of people, including me, were scared for the LA Clippers in 2025 just because Paul George was a 76er, Kawhi was hurt. They don't own their first round pick in the 2025 draft. So there was a scenario they lose out on Cooper Flag, but no, the LA Clippers have been one of the better teams in the Western Conference this year. And who would have thought it would be addition by subtraction? Paul George goes to Philadelphia, and that was the best thing that could happen for the Clippers. They parlay that into more touches for Norman Powell, who's been better individually than Paul George this year. They're able to go out and get Chris Dunn and Derrick Jones Jr. to improve their defense. And the Clippers are in a good spot right now in the Western Conference. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I'm going to try to win a title with this window with the LA Clippers. Now, this is tough. I remember doing a Clippers rebuild before the season even started, and it is kind of bleak at times just because Kawhi's getting up there in age, and he's always hurt. James Harden's getting up there in age. You can see the draft pick situation over the next 5 years. It's not very good, as we don't get any of our first round picks directly. We don't own it at all in 2026 or in 2028 from the James Harden trades. So yeah, this is what we got. Now, Ivica Zubac got off to a really good start this year. He's still a above average center and a good one at that, and he's under contract for the next 4 years. Kawhi's got 3 years left. Harden's got that 2-year contract in the offseason. You're into Norman Powell for $18 million a year. Like, he's really good this year. He's like a borderline all-star talent. Like I said, good defense out of some of these guys. I didn't approve of Kevin Porter Jr. signing him. I mean, like, who asked me, right? But like, I don't know. It just felt kind of a little bit desperate. And then you have Bones Hyland, who hasn't really worked out. Terrence Mann off that new contract extension hasn't been great. PJ Tucker isn't playing with this team this year, as, you know, it's like not the worst contract in the league, but $11 million, we're going to try to move that at the deadline. Kobe Brown looks like not a bust, but I guess so. But it was the 30th overall pick, but there was some definitely better players on the board. I still like Jordan Miller. He shined in the summer league. I'm going to be active at this year's deadline because I do think we can win a playoff series or two. All right, so here we are, 29-22 at the deadline. We are currently the 5 seed in the Western Conference. The defense is elite. We have a top 2 defense in the West. The only team better than us pretty much has the best defense in the NBA in the OKC Thunder. We need to add some offense. This team currently has a 3.4 point differential. Yes, we just got Kawhi back and we have Harden and Zubac, but I think I would like somebody offensively off the bench. Like, I like Derrick Jones Jr., but I think a little bit more defensive minded. Amir Coffey's knocking down some threes. I think we can get creative at the deadline. I'm not going to have injuries on, but Chris Dunn got hurt, but a good defender. I need to add some offense, and I think there's plenty of guys that we can go after on the market. And one guy I'm interested in, Cam Thomas. I think the Nets would make him available in real life. I think Colin Sexton is probably another guy that the Clippers could go after. It may be tough for me to meet their asking price. Like, Kobe Brown's going to have to be in this trade. PJ Tucker, I think, is going to have to be in this trade. So they don't like Kobe Brown or Cam Christie. Damn, I would really like to pull this trade off. It's going to be tough because we don't really have much cap space to work with. Yeah, I think it may be wishful thinking to get Cam Thomas. Damn, he would have been such a good upgrade to this team. I think Colin Sexton is somebody we can also go after, making $18 million, a very good offensive talent, and we can get there financially because PJ Tucker is $11 million. I'm not sure if he's eligible to be traded, but we can throw in Terrence Mann as somebody we're probably going to have to move in the offseason. It's going to be tough to get Colin Sexton as well. And I'm actually going to be doing this trade with the Golden State Warriors. It was the best thing that I could come up with. So I'm getting Dennis Schroeder's expiring. I'm throwing them Kobe Brown, who does have 2 more years left on that rookie contract. They get a 2nd round pick, Bones Hyland, and PJ Tucker. We're taking on Kyle Anderson. So they're trying to save money with this deal. They get out of Kyle Anderson's contract for the next 2 years after this year. I'm getting Schroeder and Anderson for Brown, a 2nd, Hyland, and Tucker. I think we win this trade. That was probably the best thing I could do. It's just nobody wants PJ Tucker's contract, even though it's just an expiring. All right, so this is what we're going to rock with right now. James Harden at the 1, Norman Powell at the 2, Kawhi at the 3, Derrick Jones Jr. at the 4, and Zubac at the 5. I feel like it's a good blend of offense and defense. We're going to have KPJ not play that much. He's going to get like, I don't know, 15 minutes off the bench. Schroeder's going to get around 18. We're going to go 15 to Anderson and Porter Jr. I think I'd like to go 15 to Coffey. And then we'll give Terrence Mann some minutes when Chris Dunn is back. He's going to play a ton as well. And let's hope that this team can just grind its way defensively and hopefully do well enough offensively to make a run in the playoffs. Also, I'm going to re-sign Amir Coffey to a 2-year deal worth $10 million. So Jokic wins MVP. I feel like right now, if the season ended today, I'd be okay with Jokic and Shea getting co-MVPs. I think I would give it to Jokic slightly. Like, what he's doing is kind of like historic. I know Shea is having like an elite guard season and one of the best we have seen in a while, but now that the Nuggets are playing really well, I think Jokic should get the MVP award. As James Harden, man, shout out to him. All NBA second team as a 35-year-old, 21, 6-9. He shot 42 from the field, 37 from three, 89 from the free throw line. Thank you, James Harden. You basically saved our season and basically saved us from the team. Oh my God. I was going to say, not giving up a pick. That could be Cooper Flag. Second seed. Are you kidding me? 54-29. Wait, what? How bad were the Thunder in the second half? Or how good were we? How did we end up with a better record than them? That is insane. So over the last 30 days, I'm really confused. We went 12-4. I wish you could see more than that just because I don't know, but that is incredible. How did we get the second seed? Either way, you have Kawhi Leonard dropping 25, 4, and 2. You have James Harden dropping 21, 6, and 9, 1.4 steals. Norman Powell was incredibly efficient, 42% from 3. Zubac averaged a double-double. I guess getting Dennis Schroeder and Kyle Anderson were big for this team. But in the playoffs, we're going to need to be able to shoot. I mean, Chris Dunn, he's a good defender, but he can't really shoot. I don't think I'm going to play him a ton. I actually don't think I'm playing Kevin Porter Jr. at all because we're getting that backup guard ability from Dennis Schroeder, who's going to play about 20 minutes a night. We can go, I got to play Mo Bamba. Like, I try to get an upgrade there, but we just don't have anybody else at the backup 5 spot. We can get that in the offseason. He's going to get about 8 minutes a night, which means I'm going to play Zubac like 36 a night. Let's go 30 to Derrick Jones Jr., 38 to Kawhi. I got to get more minutes to Harden. So let's honestly go, I think I'm going to go like 10 to Kyle Anderson because Amir Coffey shot 41% from 3 this year. So yeah, let's go 36 to Powell, 37 to Harden, 38 to Kawhi. Hopefully his knees can hold up. Going into the playoffs, we're 3.5 star balanced. This is big. Taking on the Phoenix Suns, a rematch of last year's 2 years ago, round number 1 series. That's where Paul George and Kawhi both got hurt. Did they end up trading for Jimmy Butler? They did not. It'd be too tough in 2K. We do lose game 1 though by 1 point. Damn. All right, not off to a good start. Amir Coffey 2 of 10 from the field. Game number 2, we need this one, and we go down 2-0. Oh my God, man. Really? We lose by 1 in game 1, and then we lose by 3 in game 2. Booker goes off for 31 against us. We do win game 3. We blow them out basically by 24. Zubac with 29 and 15. He should be dominating Nurkic or Nick Richards. And we do tie it up. So every road team has won so far. Kawhi with 21, 7, 5, 2, and 2. Even though he didn't shoot all that well in that game. Game 5 goes to the Clippers. We win by 4. Kawhi shoots well in this one. Drops 48, 8, and 7. 17 assists for James Harden. He's averaging 11.5 on great efficiency. He's averaging like 48 from the field, 45 from 3, 90 from the free throw line. Can we win game number 6, win 4 in a row after losing the first 2? We have a great first quarter. We have a solid third quarter. Don't blow it. We're up by 11 here in the 4th. Things are looking good. And it looks like the Clippers win 4 in a row. All right, I got nervous losing the first 2. We send the Suns home early. 64 combined between Harden and Kawhi on insane efficiency. 17 rebounds and 5 assists for Zubac. But we got to take on the Thunder in round 2. Damn, that is tough. Yeah, shout out to Kawhi. We're getting basically prime Kawhi here in round number 1. Harden's been incredible. It's just like 33, 35. These guys are getting older, man. All right, we're taking on the Thunder. Did 2K pull off a trade with them? They did not make a move. All right, here we go. Game number 1. We win. Oh my God. 33, 7, and 9. 23-point triple-double for Harden. We won 141-26, 31 and 13 for Zubac. If you guys watched my Thunder rebuild 2K, not the biggest Thunder fans in the simulation in year 1. We're up 2-0. Oh my God, we won in overtime. Harden and Zubac getting it done. I'm nervous. I don't know if we should trim down the rotation. Like, I don't know. Because, like, I'm playing 10 guys at this point. Like, Chris Dunn is not shooting the ball well. Kyle Anderson is not shooting the ball well. You know, Chris Dunn, I value your defense, but if you're not even going to shoot the ball well, I can't play you that much. So we're going to go, I think, a little bit... Because I don't want Schroeder. I mean, none of these guys can really shoot well off the bench. Honestly, I think Amir Coffey is going to get like 23 minutes a night. And then I'm going to go 2 more to Derrick Jones Jr., who's at least shooting 47% from the field. All right, game number 3. We do win it. All right, so I didn't change up anything too much as we ended up winning by 13. Coffey really break it out for us in the playoffs as like a true rotational guy. 17 assists for Harden against his former team. Don't blow a 3-0 lead. Oh my God, we swept the Thunder. What is 2K's love for the Clippers? Harden just shot 50. This is so much fun. Oh my God, I feel like I'm getting like the best possible outcome with this save right now. But don't lose in the conference finals. We're taking on Minnesota, who does so well in year number 1 in the sim. Knicks and Hawks over there. That'd be electric. Trae Young versus the Knicks. Game 1 goes to the Timberwolves. They win by 13. Randall drops 38 of all players. Game number 2 goes to the Clippers. All right, 117, 116. 14 assists for Harden. 15 points for Dennis. Game 3 goes to the Clippers. 132, 128. Bang, 20 for Dennis Schroeder. Game number 4. Can we go up 3-1? Oh my God. Oh my God, we win by 20. All right, 40 and 10 for Kawhi. 21 assists for Harden. Game number 5, please win this. Oh my God, we're in the NBA Finals. 27 from Kawhi. Is this 2025 Kawhi or 2019 Kawhi? I don't know why his numbers are not coming up before 23. Let's go. Let's go. Jalen Brunson, like I could see his numbers before 23. I don't care. All right, the Knicks, you're my favorite team, but I need to win this. I need to win a title in year number 1. This would be so cool. All right, here we go. Please don't lose this. Game 1 goes to the Clippers. Oh my God. Our defense is showing out. 33, 8, and 7. I'm getting 20, like 18 James Harden. No, I'm getting like Brooklyn Harden right now. I really am. Come on. Game number 2, win this one. Oh my God, we're up 2-0. What is going on? What is going on? Game 3, we're dominating. 132-93. I've never seen this before in the sim. Never seen it. 2 of 12 from 3 for Coffee, or 2 of 12 from the field, 1 of 8 from 3, and we're still blowing them out. Guys, I'm so confused. Win in 6. We swept the Thunder, beat the Timberwolves in 5. This is electric. Can we win the finals in 4? Are we going to sweep the Knicks and win in the Garden? We're up 80, or no, we're down right now by 4. It's going to be a close one. Down by 4, down by 3. Tied game, 3:44 to go. Down by 2. All right, they go on a little bit of a run. All right, we're down by 4, though. I do not want to choke too hard here. Kawhi has 24, 8, and 4. Harden's got 44 and 13. Are you kidding me? I mean, he's guarded by Jalen Brunson. Let's get to the rim, Harden. Find Derrick Jones Jr. right there, and that should be good. All right, 2-point game. Harden's got 44 and 14. Like, I'm actually getting Brooklyn Harden and Toronto Kawhi in this playoff run. Brunson pulls up. Please miss that. Let's go. Zubac with his 17th rebound. Harden, fade. It's a long 2. He misses it. Damn. All right, so we're still down by 2. I would have loved to have that. All right, Kawhi guarding his former Raptors teammate, OG Anunoby. We're good. They're going to get it to Brunson. Oh, God, he gets by me, and he's going to get... How did I not block that with Derrick Jones Jr.? Harden's going for assist number 15. Can we get Amir Coffey open for 3? I think that was behind the line. Bang! He knocks it down. 1-point game, and we don't have to foul. All right, we just got to play good defense. We have 2 timeouts, right? All right, Harden. I don't love him guarding Brunson. Obviously, Cat can shoot, so I can't really help out too much. I don't know. Josh Hart's probably the only guy. I don't know. Josh Hart's going to knock down an open 3. Oh, God, I'm scared. Harden guarding Brunson is not fun. It's not fun, but he's not going anywhere. He gets by me. Help. Somebody help. Harden. Oh, damn. All right, we need a 3 ball. I kind of like Norman Powell here. All right, 7 seconds. Zubac comes to the screen. Oh, my God. Derrick Jones Jr. is not the guy I want. 3. Oh, God, it's going to be Norman Powell. All right. I'm not going to sweep the Knicks. At least that was a low kind of stress game. Obviously, low stakes for us, higher stakes for them. But don't let this be the start of something historic for New York. All right, don't lose game 5. Because if this goes to 6, then I'm a little scared. We're at home. Come on. We need the wall to get going. We need the Knicks to miss some free throws. They have a good first quarter. We have a good second quarter. They're up by 7 right now. Come on. You guys can come back. We have the lead in the 4th. Okay, we're down by 2 now. Please don't lose this game. Oh, my God. We just hit a go-ahead bucket. Please. I'm just going to let this play out. Please win this. Please. Damn it. Oh, my God. Come on, man. I thought that was it. All right. Oh, God. Anunoby, OG. We tied the game there. Cat hit a 3. Zubac ties it up. And then OG basically hits a game-winning 3. All right. 3-2 now. Don't let this go to a game 7. Please. Oh, my God. We're going to a game 7. Am I really about to blow a 3-0 lead? We have a good first quarter, a horrible second quarter, horrible third quarter. We're down by 7. And, boys, we are going to a game 7. 2K's really going to tease me here. Really? You're going to have me have, like, a historic playoff run. Historic. Harden has 30 and 14 just to blow a 3-0 lead. If I get blown out here, I may not even... Really? They got off to an 11-0 start. This isn't fun. This isn't cool. This isn't funny, 2K. All right, we're up by 12. Hold on to this lead. All right, we were up by 20. Let's go. All right, we're not going to blow a 3-0 lead, right? Yeah, we're not going to blow the 3-0 lead. Let's go. Thank God. I really thought we were. I just won the 2025 NBA Finals with the Clippers. I guess getting Dennis Schroeder was the missing piece there. Because Dennis Schroeder was the only move I made. He finds Derrick Jones Jr. right there. He's got 16 here. All right, that puts a little bit less pressure on me for the rest of the video because I still want to try to get another ring with Harden and Kawhi, and then we're going to try to add maybe a third piece. We'll see whoever becomes available, because I think that's something the Clippers are trying to do, because they wanted to get under the second apron, as we got lucky there. Kawhi's got 33 and 9. Letting Paul George walk. All right, Kawhi, guarded by Miles McBride. This has to be an easy bucket, right? Kawhi, inside. Oh, my God. But, yeah, they didn't want to give Paul George that extra year, so maybe they were going to sign him, which I don't know. I think it's working out that they didn't because it looks like Paul George, I don't know if he's washed, but he's not the player he used to be. And say somebody becomes available on the market that is a little bit younger than what George, Leonard, and Kawhi is. It's so much better than having Paul George, who's, 35 or close to it, as Kawhi is going to miss that 3. But the defense, a little bit of offense, was able to get it done. Brunson is going to knock down the three. It's going to make it a 14-point game. Finals MVP, or is it going to go to James Harden? Brunson driving, kicks it out to Deuce, and that is going to be their last shot of the 2025 NBA season. We are going to win the finals 115-102, baby. I did not expect this in year number one. Let's go. And Dennis Schroeder gets the ring. Kawhi is going to get his third ring with 3 different teams. We'll see if he's able to get his third finals MVP. But it's looking like it's going to James Harden for the first time in his career, and he gets his first ring. And James Harden is actually your finals MVP, 26, 6, and 13. He really turned the clocks back, and we just won the finals in year number one. Let's go. Now, I don't know how expensive this team is going to get. Nick Batum does retire. Like, I think I'm not going to be able to afford Dennis Schroeder to come back, but we'll see. As LeBron, Chris Paul, and Russ, 2 former Clippers, end up retiring, as we are going to retire one of their jersey numbers in Chris Paul, jersey number 3. And we don't have to give a good first-round pick to the OKC Thunder. We're giving them not even pick 30. It's a swap, so I do get a first-round pick in this draft. That is electric. I forgot that it's just a swap, not a, they just outright own our first-round pick. So yeah, we get the 30th overall pick in the draft because we ended up as the best team in the NBA this season. Ty Lue also gets his second head coaching ring of his coaching career, which is pretty electric. So would this be a time to try to be like, 200 IQ, big brain move, we sell high on Norman Powell? He's 32 years old. He's an expiring contract. I actually don't hate the idea. And I'm going to try to send him to the Eastern Conference, not to a team that has cap space like the Thunder or the Spurs. Can I get pick 12 and Simone Fontecchio for Norman Powell? It's going to hurt losing him for sure, but I think we're going to try to get a little bit younger this offseason. They would want my 2029 first, and I get Tobias Harris in this deal because James Harden's contract is up. I don't really want Tobias Harris at all, actually. And they also want the 30th pick in the draft as well. I would be willing to throw in like, I don't know, like Cam Christie in this deal. Like I would, just because I think Cam Christie's timeline for him to be a good rotational player is still a couple years out. So let's say Norman Powell and Cam Christie for Fontecchio in 12. They're going to agree to that. I would really like to try to pull off this trade. Terrence Mann for Jalen Smith. They both Terrence Mann is making more money, but he is a little bit younger, I believe. No, he's actually 28. Jalen Smith is 25. I would like to get this deal done with the Bulls without having to include pick 30 in this draft. I don't know if like Chris Dunn would make a whole lot of sense for them. I wouldn't even mind rerouting Fontecchio to get Jalen Smith, who's a good backup, better than Mo Bamba, and will be, I think, a good backup for Ivica Zubac. They did lose out on their first round pick. Like, could I maybe get Smith and a second for Fontecchio, who we'd have to trade right away? And man, I would do this trade though, and they do agree to that. So I think I get a good option at the backup 5, and I don't have to trade away pick 30 to get off of the Terrence Mann contract. So I have 12 and 30 in the 2025 draft. The Magic somehow ended up with number 1, and they took Dylan Harper. I guess Cooper Flag doesn't make a lot of sense, but you kind of have to do. I don't know. That's like a team where does Flag really fit? But I think so. I think you'd have to roll out Franz, Paolo, and Cooper Flag. Maybe you run into some 3-point shooting issues there, but you just got to play your best guys. So I got offered a trade, pick 12 for Emmanuel Quickley. And I think turning Norman Powell into Emmanuel Quickley would be a good trade for us because he's 6 years younger now. He's making a lot of money, but this is a time where we could do this because James Harden is a pending free agent. So I could get Emmanuel Quickley and have him in the backcourt with Harden because Quickley can hold his own defensively. And he's coming off a very good 3-point shooting season with the Raptors. Would they want an additional first in this trade? Yes, they will. So I got that 2nd round pick from Chicago. This is where I would throw in like Kyle Anderson would probably get this deal done. Would I rather throw in him or Chris Dunn? I think Chris Dunn. So 12 Chris Dunn and a future second for Emmanuel Quickley. They agree to that. All right, so they're going to end up drafting Liam McNeely. I thought about it, but I think getting Quickley could help us win now next year a little bit more. And then at pick 30, Ben Sarah fell to us there. So I don't know if he's going to play. I feel like I've been drafting him a little bit recently, and he just hasn't been able to play that much as Harden and KPJ opt out of their deals. Kyrie and Harden obviously hitting free agency. I will be giving Jordan Miller the qualifying offer. Trendon Flowers, I got to see at the Combine last year. I'm going to let him walk, though. Harden, after winning Finals MVP, does not get a respectable offer. That is messed up. So I'm going to give him, I think, a 2-year deal. I think that's pretty fair for Harden at this point in his career at 35. It'll be 2 years, $70 million. So he's getting another $70 million before he retires. That should be a no-brainer for him. So we do get Harden, 2 years, $70 million. I can bring back Dennis Schroeder. Let's go. I'm going to give Dennis Schroeder a 2-year deal worth around $18 million. Yeah, like I can go after well, I can. Jonathan Isaac. I think Dennis Schroeder is by far what we should do. 2 years, $18 million. Welcome back, Schroeder. Isaiah Joe's non-guaranteed contract didn't get picked up. Damn. OKC kind of penny pitching there. 2 years, $10 million. Welcome to LA. Isaiah Joe, we need your shooting. And we're bringing in a former Warrior and just a guy that's played for a lot of teams, Taurean Prince and Kevon Mooney. welcome here to LA. Any big switch ups at the top? No, Jalen Duren and Fred VanVleet both go to Brooklyn, as we do get Jordan Miller and Trendon Flowers on the qualifying offer. Yep, there's the Kawhi regression. There's the Harden regression. We do have a lot of guards, I think, this year. I think quickly regressing is really weird. Hopefully I don't regret that trade. All right, so here is the starting five for the 2026 season. Hopefully no championship hangover. Let me explain the process. Harden and Quickley in the backcourt. I want to play Quickley a ton. He's 26 years old. Let's get him a ton of reps. Kawhi, I'm going to let him ease through this year. It's going to be year number 14. It's going to be 35 years old. We could turn it up a notch in the playoffs. If we are not performing well throughout the first half of the year, I may play him a little bit more. Derrick Jones Jr. at the 4, Zubac at the 5. I wanted Amir Coffey first crack off the bench because he was a good shooter last year. We're going to have Dennis Schroeder, Isaiah Joe, Jalen Smith, and Ben Seraph all getting minutes. I'm not going to play Anderson, not going to play Miller or Kevon Looney. Those guys are going to be in the reserves. We're 3.5 star balance. Start off the year on the road against Sacramento and Detroit. We do lose to Sacramento. Kawhi had 30 and 32 minutes. Harden did have 14 assists. Hopefully it's a big year for Quickley. And then we beat the Pistons, a good Pistons team. Norman Powell against the guy that was the third best player on our championship team last year, as Zubac had 15 rebounds, Quickley had 18 and 7, and Kawhi had 35. All right, so yeah, a little bit of a championship hangover. We're 23 and 29. Not where we want to be. We're not like out of it yet, but yeah, you could see the Mavericks have a 12.9 point differential. We do have a negative 3.9 this season. So we could view this year as a little bit of a retool year. And I feel okay doing that just because we did win it all last year, but I don't want to lay down. I don't. We are basically, I mean, out of a top 6 spot, we're 7.5 games back. It's not impossible, but I'd have to make like a notable move at the deadline in doing so. I think I'm going to play Kawhi a lot more during the second half of the year. Immanuel Quickley, of course, just look at the numbers dropping from last year. I know the minutes per game are up by 2, but really? 2K. All right. 16 and 13 for Zubac. He's been great. Harden has been fine this year. Not $35 million fine, but, you know, is still a good player. Dennis Schroeder has been efficient. I like him coming off the bench. Derrick Jones Jr., I mean, that's maybe a spot we look to upgrade. I don't know if I want to move Quickly. 38% from 3 for Joe. But Amir Coffey shooting 43% from 3. Very encouraging. All right, what about getting Patrick Williams? Because I think Patrick Williams, I mean, he always had the Kawhi comps coming out of Florida State. It's definitely not lived up to that hype. But I think could be somebody that's a little bit better than Derrick Jones Jr. for us because he's a good floor spacer, good defender. Kyle Anderson and Jalen Smith can get me there financially. Now, would they want Jalen Smith back? Let's see. They're going to say no to that. I would be willing to include I don't know if I want to include the 2031st for Patrick Williams because that is a piece that they could want. Like a first for Patrick Williams is scary. Like, what about if we throw in Jordan Miller for Luke Cornett? Not even a counter. I mean, Ben Seraph would probably get, I don't even know if he would get me there. If I was going to be throwing in my 2031st, I would want Jabari Smith Jr. in return. He's a restricted free agent at the end of this year. They say no. Even if I throw in my second, yeah. Another guy I would be targeting is Santi Aldama, but it's going to be very tough to get there financially as well. We could do maybe, I think, Ben Seraph. I could do Jordan Miller. Like, I think I'd have to include I'd probably have to include Jalen Smith in this deal. So, all right, if we did Kyle Anderson, Jordan Miller, and Jalen Smith for Cam Spencer, Zion Pullen, and Santi Aldama, who could be a very good floor spacer in between Kawhi and Ivica Zubac, would they do this? They say no. I don't want to throw in my first round pick for this. Okay, the second round pick got it done, but now I have to look to trade for a backup center because I don't know if Kevon Looney is going to be that guy. And I'm going to call up the Golden State Warriors, a team we made a trade with last year. I don't mind the idea of getting Kenrich Williams, who's definitely undersized at the center spot, but shooting 39% from 3. He's going to play like 13 minutes a night and is a good defender. I take a flyer on Quinn Post, former BC man, Trendon Flowers, and Taurean Prince heading Golden State's way. So that's my 2026 deadline. We didn't really trade too many rotational guys, and I got to keep Ben Seraph, which is cool. So I'm going to give Santi Aldama about, I think, decent amount of minutes to be in the starting 5. I think Ben Seraph is going to get like 8 minutes a night. Derrick Jones Jr., about 15. I'm going to lower Quickley's minutes down to 28. Kawhi's going to be playing 36 minutes a night. Let's go 28 to Aldama, but then how do I get Kenrich Williams involved? Honestly, maybe I don't play Ben Seraph. Like, maybe screw development. We kind of have to go all in and play the veterans this year. I hope this team can play a lot better in the second half. So Luka wins MVP at the end of 2026. Cooper Flagg is your rookie of the year. Miles Bridges, not Mikal anymore, is your a 6-man of the year for the New York Knicks. Wemby Depoy and most improved goes to Scoot Henderson, who has been shooting the ball better from 3 as of late. Makes me happy to see. Still as a Scoot Henderson believer, as we don't get anybody on the first 2 teams or the first 3 teams after we got James Harden on All-NBA second team last year. We actually got no awards whatsoever. We ended the season, oh god, bad in the second half. All right, so after winning the finals last year, this team just does not even make the play-in tournament this year. We go 38 and 44. I don't even think we own any first round picks in this draft. Like, I don't even think it's a swap. Some team owns it directly. which is pretty disappointing. Damn. Yeah, Emmanuel Quickley, I guess, was not the guy I should have traded the 12th overall pick for. And I don't know if that's the reason why we didn't make the playoffs. 15 and 13 for Zubats. Santi Aldama, I mean, shot a little bit worse from 3 with us, but still was really good. Dennis Schroeder, 47, 38, 90 splits. Isaiah Joe couldn't hit 2s, but could hit 3s. All right, I think we're going to have to reevaluate some of this core and some of the surrounding pieces here in the offseason. I mean, Harden's getting up there in age. That's why I thought Quickley was such a good add to help some of the workload off him. Hopefully he's better in year number 2 in LA, because I don't even know if I'm going to be able to move that contract. We had a 3.9 point differential in the negatives before the deadline. It did get better after the deadline, but we still couldn't do anything. Did we at least end the season on a strong note? In the final, 30 games, we ended up going 8-9. Like, yeah, that's not going to get it done. So Luka Doncic is your Western Conference Finals MVP, and Brunson in the East. You're going to have not like a rematch of these two teams, but yeah, Brunson versus his old team and the Kristaps Porzingis Bowl. Mavericks win in 7. Luka takes home Finals MVP and MVP in the same year. Yeah, it was a blowout in Game 7. There goes Kelly Olynyk. He never played for the Clippers in his career, right? No, I didn't think so. Drew Holiday, Patty Mills, Klay Thompson, PJ Tucker, Clippers legend, am I right? All right, so I do think there's a lot of work that needs to be done this offseason, as we're not going to have anything in the lottery here. The Thunder are sadly going to get our pick. Thankfully, it doesn't move up. It's going to be pick 13 we are losing, and it's no swap as well, so we get no first-round pick in this draft. The Pelicans, via the Bucks, shout out the the Drew trade, gets them Cameron Boozer or AJ DeBanza. The Warriors at 2 gets the other one. So honestly, us getting Schroeder from them set them up for their next star after Steph. So there is 1 year left on Kawhi and Harden's contract. So that could be $85 million in cap space next year. So we didn't have any draft picks here. We could see who the Thunder took with our first round pick. Kareem Lopez, who actually has been balling out as of late. I believe in the NBL. So he's going to be a really fun prospect for the 26th draft. Could be like the best Mexican player of all time when he comes over to the NBA. Cam Spencer, Quinton Post, couple guys, and Zion Paul, and I'll offer qualifying offers. Second round picks, undrafted guys from the 2024 draft class. Do we have an exception? We do. And I'm going to look to get, hopefully, Nick Richards, one of the guys. I'm not going to renounce the rights on anybody yet. Damn it. I wanted to get Jonathan Mogbo, but he's going to sign with the Heat. So after that, that was basically my exception right there. All right, so I'm going to hopefully buy low on some of these guys. I got to trade away Derrick Jones Jr. and Dennis Schroeder, 1 year left on their deals. My coveted 2031st and a 2027 pick swap for Jordan Hawkins, who has not been great in his first 3 years in New Orleans, and Herb Jones, who also did not shoot the ball well last year and is on the last year of his deal. He's going to want big time money, and hopefully we can give it to him in LA. So that still leaves our cap sheet pretty open next year with a lot of these guys off the books. So yeah, that is a big trade that we just pulled off. As Kawhi starting to regress a ton, down to an 86 overall. All the grades are going down. Harden's down to a 77. Damn. I'm going to give Amir Coffey another 2-year, $10 million extension. He wants not that much. I'm not going to give him that much. So I may not play Isaiah Joe this year, because I think the bench is actually going to be Aldama, Coffey, Richards, Harden. Yeah, it sucks, but it's the last year of his deal. And Ben Seraph. I'm going to play quickly about 30 minutes a night. I think I'm going to go about 30 to Herb Jones, 35 to Kawhi, 27 to Hawkins. This is what I'm going to roll with, and I hope it's good this year. 4-star balanced. If we are not doing well at the deadline, I could try to trade Kawhi. I'm not getting anything for Harden, but trading a $50 million contract in the middle of the year is almost impossible. All right, so we're much better this year at the deadline. We are 29 and 21. We are currently the 7th seed in the Western Conference. We do have a positive point differential, but there are a bunch of teams behind us that have a better one than us right now. Our leading scorer is Kawhi Leonard, who is 35 years old. Jordan Hawkins looks like he was a steal of a pickup. He is now breaking out. So this is maybe my reward for Emmanuel Quickley. Kind of reversed right now. Quickley, 16 points this year. I mean, the three-point shot is down. The field goal percentage is up. Still not the player I thought he was going to be. Zubats averaging a double-double. Herb Jones, 12 points, 44% from the field. Three-point shot, not what it was in that 24 season. Santi Aldama shooting 36% from 3. Harden, yeah, it may be time to call it. And Ben Seraph taking a step back in a way this year. I mean, the true shooting is up. I thought he would be maybe a little bit better right now. So I think just for the rest of the season, I want to have as much cap flexibility going to the offseason. I think we're just going to do something internally. I think we're going to just bench Harden. I know it sucks, but we got to do it. I think what's best for the team. We're going to go 10 minutes to Isaiah Joe. I got about 5 more minutes left. Let's go, honestly, 32 to Hawkins. He should be playing the most. He's been balling. So Wemby ends up winning MVP. Cameron Boozer, Steph's replacement as like the star going forward, ends up Rookie of the Year. De'Aaron Fox, okay, is over in Memphis. Is he under contract? Because I will trade for him in the offseason. $32 million. It was a 1-year deal. Okay. Next up, you have Wemby at Depoy. Boogie Flan, Most Improved. Cam Thomas, Clutch Player of the Year. And Mike Malone, Coach of the Year. I don't know if we're going to get any Clippers this year. I highly doubt it. Yep, that is the case. We don't get anybody on an all defensive team either, all rookie first team or second team, nothing. We did end up as the 6th seed though, so we are playing in the first round of the playoffs. We avoid the play-in tournament. We finished with a 0.1 point differential. We do go 48-34 with no James Harden basically and an aging Kawhi Leonard. That gives me a little, oh damn. Oh my God, Jordan Hawkins kind of stunk in the second half. That's a shame. But either way, I mean, I started playing in more minutes. We are ready to go into the playoffs. I'm excited. I think I'm going to do one more year after this year, kind of one more year in the post-Kawhi Harden era. Isaiah Joe wasn't bad. I think I may need the 3-point shot over Ben Seraph. So that's what the playoffs are going to look like. We're going to go 22 to Coffee, 22 to Aldama, 15 to Richards, 10 to Joe. We're going to stick at 33 for Zubats, 37 to Kawhi. We're going to go 34 to Herb because of the defense. Let's go 35 to Quickly. If he can't step up now, we could look to move him in the offseason. We're taking on Minnesota, who does very well in the sim sometimes. They have a very good team, but they've kept Rudy Gobert. We do win game 1 by 1, okay? Jordan Hawkins drops 24. Let's see if we're going to win this series. Don't lose. Okay. I'm glad I simulated the round there because we go up 2-0 just to lose 4 in a row. Oh my God, Emmanuel Quickly. You were killing me. Why did I trade for you? Oh my God, your numbers were so good though. Jordan Hawkins wasn't great. Herb was good, which is a little encouraging. Zubats averaged a double-double. Kawhi stunk. Oh, man. Oh, it's an Edmond era for this team. Coffee stunk. Aldama stunk. This is going to be a big 2027 offseason. So, Ant Western Conference Finals MVP and Cade Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Cade dropped 30 a night, but Ant dropped 40 a night. So, they swept. All right. The Minnesota Timberwolves. Do they still have Norman Powell? Damn, they do not. All right. So, let's move on here to the 2027 offseason. Harden realizes it's enough for him. He's going to retire. I mean, since he was Finals MVP, we'd probably retire his jersey number. He goes into the Hall of Fame. Only Houston retires his jersey number. I don't think, own a first round pick. Yeah, the Pelicans are getting it at 24 from the Herb Jones, Jordan Hawkins trade as the Bulls get the #1 pick as Ty Lue's contract is up, but we are going to bring him back for the final year. So we didn't have any draft picks in the 2027 draft. We're going to pick up the team option on Ben Seraph. Giannis, Jokic, Towns, and Jalen Green are all free agents. Very interesting. We're going to offer all these guys the qualifying offers, and here we are. Free agency time. Kawhi, it's over. We do have a lot of money though. So, yeah, Herb Jones doesn't have any deals right now. Hawkins is restricted. I mean, if he takes that Jazz offer, I am perfectly okay matching that. All right, so I have a big decision to make. I could sign De'Aaron Fox for basically like 30+ million a year, or I could sign Jokic or Giannis. But if I do that, everybody here is pretty much gone, I think. Could I keep like the options open on Isaiah Joe? I could. Could I keep it open on Herb Jones? I cannot. Hawkins, I cannot. I would have to make a trade. So we could do something like that. If I signed Fox, I could keep talks open for Herb and Hawkins. That is kind of big. Like, would I rather have Fox, Herb, and Hawkins or Jokic? Which I know is kind of crazy to say, or Giannis. But if I do sign Giannis, I can't get Hawkins, which kind of stinks. I'm really depleting my depth with that. Because, like, this is basically what I have on roster right now. But I am finding a team that would give up at least 1 first-round pick for Emmanuel Quickly's contract. So, yep, end of an era. Didn't really work out, but definitely showed some signs of progression at the end of the year. I'm getting a first-round pick down the line for him. So if I sign Giannis, could I keep talks open with Jokic or with Herb Jones and Hawkins? I can. Okay, I think that's big for us. I think that's what we needed to do. Kawhi Leonard, you are gone. We are bringing Giannis onto the Kupo. I think I'm going to go Giannis over Jokic to LA. So now the Heat might sign Kawhi 2 years, $55 million. And welcome back, Herb Jones, 4 years, $55, and Jordan Hawkins, 4 years, $64 million. As Jokic ended up going back to the Denver Nuggets. Cat goes to the Knicks. Kawhi, I guess, hasn't signed that deal yet. Yeah, with the Miami Heat. I'm going to get Ty Jerome, 2 years, $12 million. I will have to renounce the rights on Isaiah Joe. And I'm also going to get Delano Banton, hopefully on a 1-year deal worth $3.75 million. And Tamani Kamara, 2 years, basically $10 million. So can going from Kawhi to Giannis win a title? Let's find out. So it's going to be Ty Jerome, Jordan Hawkins, Herb Jones, Giannis, Zubats. We'll see if we're going to have to make a trade at the deadline. Benches Aldama, Seraph, Coffee, Richards, and Tumani Kamara. We are 4.5-star balance though under Ty Lue. We start off the year with a 6-point victory. Giannis fouled out in 25 minutes, but he dropped 34 points. Ty Jerome, 21 points. I like that. And I like this team a lot. Here at the deadline, Giannis is averaging 25, 9, and 6. Jordan Hawkins kind of breaking out as a number 2, 22.7 points. At the rim percentage could be a little bit better or just inside the 3-point arc, but 38% from 3, 94 from the line. I'll take that. He's like a good number 2. Zubats giving me good production as well at age 30. Herb Jones, I know the defense is there, even though if the shooting isn't. Ben Seraph breaking out in year number 3 for us. Santi Aldama not shooting the ball like how he used to in the past, but you know what? Honestly, still good production. 9 and 5 for Ty Jerome. I honestly take him as my starting point guard. I don't know if I'm going to make like that big a move, big of a move at the deadline. Just kidding. I'm making a big trade. Santi Aldama's going, as well as that first round pick we got for Emmanuel Quickly and Terry Rozier, who we had to sign in the offseason. We're getting Darion Reed, but most notably an expiring Andrew Nembhard to come here to LA. Nembhard isn't an elite point guard, but is averaging about 5 assists a night. So I think we're going to stick with the 9-man rotation. I'm going to remove Kamar from the rotation. He's been a little inefficient this year. And I think we're going to start Nembhard at the 1. Ty Jerome is going to come off the bench with about probably 20 minutes a night. We could play Ben Seraph a little bit more. And honestly, let's go 35 to Hawkins. I think we can go 33 to Nembhard as well, who's having a very good year for the Indiana Pacers. Let's go win a ring. So Wemby gets his first MVP award here in 2028. Just an unreal offensive and defensive season. And of course, he wins Defensive Player of the Year as well. Giannis, all NBA first team, 25-9-6. He averaged 3.2 stocks a night. And we ended up as the 3 seed here in the Western Conference. Jordan Hawkins and Herb Jones going up against their former team in round 1. Zion and Triple J in that front court. Very interesting. They still have Brandon Ingram, but he's coming off the bench there in New Orleans. Jordan Hawkins, elite 3-point shooter, elite free throw shooter, finished with 21.7 points this year. That is kind of incredible. I can't lie. And then with this playoff rotation, Amir Coffey did struggle a little bit in the second half, but I think he could still play 15 minutes a night. Ben Seraph honestly was pretty good this year. So I think he could probably be the 6th man. Ty Jerome, maybe the 7th man. 22 minutes of Ben Seraph. I think we probably go 31 to Herb Jones. I think we go 36 to Hawkins, 35 to Nembhard for the playoffs. All right, let's see how this goes. Taking on the Pelicans. Game number 1, we do lose. 128-109. Will Riley dropping 35 on us. Game 2 goes to the Clippers. 132-118. 20-11 for Zubats. 19-10-7 for Giannis. 47 combined between Hawkins and Jones. Game 3 does go to the Pelicans by 1 point. Oh yeah, and they have AJ Debance from the Drew Holiday trade. Hawkins knocks down 7 threes against his former team. We tied up though. We win 120-113. Herb Jones knocks down 8 shots. He drops 24. And we tie it up 2 games apiece. We do win game 3, 139-141. We win by 2. Giannis with 43. Come on, let's win in 6, please. Let's go. All right, so we get our first playoff series victory since we won it all. Giannis and Jordan Hawkins getting it done. And here we are taking on the Memphis Grizzlies in the Western Conference semifinals. Giannis averaged 28 in round 1. So Memphis, they don't have Triple J anymore. They don't have Santi Aldama, obviously. Kyle Kuzma is there. Still have Jalen Wells. How has he developed over time? Pretty good. Elite 3-point shooter. They're a 7th seed. We do win game 1 by 10. Giannis with a 28-point triple-double. We do win game 2 by 4. Oh my God, Giannis fouled out in 28 minutes, and we dropped 160. Game 3 goes to the Clippers. Let's go. We won by 21. Giannis with a 40-point triple-double. Ben Seraph has been balling out for us in the playoffs. That development has been great, and we do not blow a 3-0 lead. We sweep them, and we're back in the conference finals for the 2nd time in this video. Giannis is not carrying us, but the reason why we're here. All right, so we're taking on Minnesota here in the conference finals. I think they beat us in the playoffs a couple years ago. They have Alex Karaban. They still have Julius Randle. I doubt he's on this team after this year in real life. They do win game 1 because Ant is kind of incredible. 44 for Ant. Giannis playing 39 minutes. Game 2 goes to Minnesota by 1. Don't do that to me. Game 3. Oh, damn it. All right, we're down 3-0. We would have to pull off a 3-0 comeback. 5 steals for Giannis. Game 4. Hey, 3-1. Can we make this a series? Zubats had 20 rebounds. Game number 5, we end up losing. All right, so we end up losing. We lose by 21 here. Zubats had 24. Giannis had 20. But we won that title in year 1 with Harden and Kawhi, so it makes it okay. I tried to go all in one more time there with Giannis, as the Timberwolves are going to play the Detroit Pistons in the finals. A rematch of last year. And in 2028, the Pistons get revenge. And Cade Cunningham is your finals MVP. So that is going to be it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this LA Clippers rebuild. Let me know what you think about the Clippers right now in their future and what they should maybe do at the deadline down below. Drop a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.